Hello everyone, I'm Danny Kelman. I'd like to welcome you all to the very first Kelman's podcast. I'm here with my wife.
Gabriela Kelman Martinez del Rio.
And what was your maiden name? Can you just say that for everybody? Just 'cause I like to I like to hear you say it.
So before we got married, my name
we're married now, but
we're
before
married, was Gabriela Martinez del Rio Ramirez.
and my mom always says you have to take that like an apple, so you have to go with Gabriela Martinez del Rio Ramirez, just to make it short.
Ole.
So I think I'm going to go my full name. So I'm Daniel Lewis Price Kelman. And this is our very first podcast for the Kelman's podcast. So we've been talking about doing it for about 5 months now. I've been doing a bunch of different videos and we kind of decided it was like the gym. You just have to get in there and do it.
And do it.
And sweat it out.
We did like a couple of things so we could, actually do it. We try to balance the phone on the table.
That didn't work. You can't balance phones on tables.
We bought a camera. We try to balance the camera. I know you need a tripod. So we bought the basics.
I broke the tripod.
Danny,
within
he
5
didn't
minutes.
break it. It's just he doesn't know a lot of. He doesn't have the patience
So
to read instructions.
there's these
to
things
build
in life
things.
called instructions, and I'm not really sure what they're used for.
Exactly.
For the most part.
So it's called patience.
What's it called?
Patience.
Patience. Yeah. Like
So-
somebody who goes to the doctors, like that sort of patience.
No, paciencia.
Paciencia.
Okay,
I
paciencia.
don't know what either of those.
You're
things
probably
mean,
gonna see a lot of be caring, but we want to be as real as possible.
We call it communicating.
Yeah, communicating.
is-
So.
But we were trying to come up with an idea for a podcast and then like a name and a theme, and we found that we like to talk about and would like to talk about so many different things, from like business to entrepreneurship, even though I'm a business people. I like business person rather than entrepreneur. I normally prefer that word. And then life, love, happiness, maybe a little bit health, because we're trying to get health.
A little bit of partying.
Yeah, a little bit. I do events, so it's that obviously will be included, because we health as well, because we've had a little tip this week, so we've kind of been starting a new wave.
Journey.
New journey.
A new journey that is it's just good. So we're gonna start. So I think that the best way to start is a lot of people that don't know us, they should get to know us. So
I was like, let's just start.
This first podcast is gonna be who we are, where we come from, and how did we meet, and what is happening, in our crazy life.
And also what to look forward to, and the sort of subjects we're going to be breaching, and I'm sure it's going to be a fun journey as we go through these podcasts and through these videos and things like that.
So it's our first time, so if we mess up, I almost cursed there, but I didn't.
You didn't?
I did. If we mess up,
hold
keep
yourself.
it to yourself. We're heading towards.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
We're doing our best. So you start.
I started.
Yes.
Originally, when we first did the first take, she started, so she just switched it up on me already. Okay, so I'll start with my background.
Where were you born, Danny?
Daniel. Just became
accents you're gonna hear. I'm sorry if you don't understand me. I'm gonna try to speak.
No, you're fine. You're understandable. I feel like.
So Danny, where are you from? Where were you born?
Okay, so I was born in Germany originally. My father was in the military, so I was actually born on a American Air Force base. I wasn't given American citizenship or anything cool like that. I wasn't given German citizenship, but my dad's from Scotland and my mom's from my dad was born in Scotland, and then they met in the Midlands of England, and he was in the army, so he moved to Germany, and I was born there and lived there for the first 4 years of my life.
Yeah. And where's your mom from?
My mom's from Birmingham, so if anybody's seen the show Peaky Blinders, that's like the only thing associated. It's actually England's second city. It's twice the size of Liverpool and Manchester put together, but everybody knows Liverpool because of the Beatles and Manchester because of the club. And then, but Birmingham does have more canals than Venice, so that's our claim to fame. And
that's awesome.
And Birmingham being England's second city that nobody's ever heard of, also as well. So we moved to Birmingham
Cool facts.
at 4, and then I lived there till 6. And then my dad got a job working in telecommunications for Ericsson, and we got moved to California.
Nice.
So that's why I'm so laid back. just in case you were.
Super laid back.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, so like too laid back. Yeah. Too laid back.
That's where I got it. So is I
Yeah.
technically grew up in California, is Orange County, is I lived there from 6 to 10. And then at 10, I moved to Texas, y'all. And I always have this like joke where I'm like, we basically, my family purchased a ranch and we had 20 acres and I lived as a cowboy. So exactly. So it's
an English cowboy.
English, but I had an American accent at the time, so I lived here as a kid. So it's like we like rode horses, and you know, we had a goat and a pig. We named the goat. We didn't know his name, so we called him Billy Goat. We found a turtle, and so is I always find it funny to surprise people who are from the country with that. Is I normally have a country off with them to see who's more country, and when I say that, they're like, "Oh, that's pretty country as it gets." So, and this was McKinney when there was like nothing there whatsoever. And if people don't know what McKinney is, it's a town north of Dallas, about 40 minutes, and back then it was very rural.
And then you went back to England.
Yep, and then I went back to England.
For how long?
From 11 to 16. And at 16 we graduate high school in England, which makes you an adult. So becoming an adult is
just like Mexico. Well,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. is my dad lived in LA, so I moved out to LA, and then after moving to LA at like 16, I moved straight out to LA, and then lived there till like 18, and then moved here where we're at the moment, which is Frisco, Texas, and I've lived here, and then also we live in Vegas.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like the whole directory
so we live in Vegas, and then we are in Dallas a lot.
Yep.
So we also live in Dallas and Vegas, Dallas. Both of best
it's
worlds.
not too bad,
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey.
Whenever we need to relax, we're in Dallas. Whenever
Yeah.
we're full on, 100%, we're in Vegas. But
Yeah.
so that's where I'm from, and my background. That's why my accent's funny, and it's kind of a hybrid accent in between a few different of them. It's kind of American. A lot of people
He
think
gets
I'm
called Australian a lot.
Australian
sometimes.
all the
Are
time.
you Australian?
I got stopped the other day. Did I tell you this?
No.
I got stopped the other day by Australians, and they said, "Which part of Australia are you from, mate?" And I was like, "I'm from England." And then it was like really awkward because like they didn't know and I didn't know, and then we didn't know what to say, and then it was
It
like
happens, yeah, because your accent is diluted.
diluted. That's not nice. Diluted.
Diluted. It's like not as strong as
I like to
someone
say
that
mixed,
comes.
not diluted. It's gotten stronger in its own individuality.
It's very unique.
Unique.
Nobody
There you
has
go.
an accent like it.
Unique. There you go.
So then me, I was born in CDMX, Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City.
Which is a city in Mexico. It's actually the capital.
Yes.
In the center. This is kind of center to the right,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. In the center of
So
Mexico.
was born there, raised there, went to Catholic school, wore uniform, always getting into trouble. This one,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want a good girl at Catholic school?
I tried to be, but you know, I like to swim against the current sometimes, so I don't know. But you know, I survived, I had a blast, and then at 16 years old, you know, my parents were like, we are moving to Dallas for 2 years, right?
Y'all.
And we were like, okay, 2 years, you know, we can do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So moved here. I have a younger brother. He's 2 years younger than me, and my little sister's 8 years younger than me, but taller than me, of course.
So she's the oldest now at 22 years old, finally.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Now that you've finally just gotten past your 21st birthday.
Yeah. No. Anyways, so then moved here, you know, huge cultural shock coming from Mexico City, private Catholic school, wearing uniform, to a public school here in the United States. First day of school, I was like, oh my gosh, you get to wear whatever you want. Well, in Mexico, you know.
You didn't know what flip-flops were, right?
I know. No.
The flip-flops?
I mean, we call them chanclas, but I didn't know and learn the word flip-flop yet.
Or understand why people wore them. Not on the beach.
No. So, you know, of course, you know, pick out my first outfit for high school in the US, you know. At that time, American Pie was very in, you know. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be so crazy, everybody with their red cups.
I love
and
how
just
everybody,
like,
wherever they're from in the world, they know
beer
America by
and just
American
party
Pie.
everywhere. So I was like really excited. So, you know, dress up, have my little high heels on, my outfit, my purse. And
So imagine going to school in high heels
At
in
16.
America
Yeah,
with a
16.
purse, and what else were you wearing?
I was wearing a skirt and my purse and my high heels. They were not super high heels, but they were high heels.
So basically dressed for a
So I'm
business
like, tick,
meeting.
tick, 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 tick. And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm totally overdressed. Oh, this is so embarrassing, you know. I do have to admit, I did eat my first lunch in the toilet, just like in the movies.
Really?
I was
Oh, sad. Did you learn
petrified.
that from the movies?
I was so
in the
confused.
movies, if they're sad, they go eat in the bathroom,
I
so
was
I'll go
so
do that.
confused because, you know, I felt so cheated that day because my school in Mexico was trilingual, English, Spanish, and French. And moved here, and you know, I'm like, I speak English, you know, but it was proper English. So I'm in high school, and you know, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? And I'm looking up, like, I did not know any slang whatsoever.
So it's like it was the correct English.
So
and not
I
the...
was just so confused. People were talking to me with slang, and I was just
what was the one where a guy was hitting on you?
oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I think it was the second week of school. And you know, I'm sitting by myself in the lunch, you know, in the big lunch, and kids are getting their pizzas, and you know, it's just so different. And I'm there, you know, with my sandwich that, you know, my mom made.
Your mom made.
And I'm there, and this girl approaches me, and she's like, this guy says you're hot. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm not hot, I'm warm, I'm cool, I'm okay. I didn't understand that she was trying to say that.
You take off your jacket and then like, no, I'm cool now. No, everybody calm down.
Okay,
Everybody
what do you
relax.
mean I'm hot? Like,
I am now
how dare
refreshed.
How dare he tell me I'm hot? Like, how does he know I'm hot? I'm okay. It's cold in here. There's
I'm a woman. I have my own opinions. You can't tell me what my
Anyways,
opinion
I
is.
later learned that he meant good looking. The girl just looked at me with a face of like, okay, girl, see you later.
Yeah.
You know.
So you land here and then.
Yeah. So you know, we were here, and then we just stayed here longer. You know, just with all the good, also comes the bad. You know, my dad got sick, and unfortunately, after a 2-year battle, you know, passed away here in the U.S. And my family and I, we opened up a preschool all together, and you know, it's been 11 years, and we're rocking it, and you know, we're very thankful for this country because when he got sick, we found out here, and you know, it was amazing. The hospital here was amazing. The doctors and nurses, everybody in Mexico gave us so much support to family and friends. So, you know, it's just c'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
And it only makes you appreciate life so much more. You have your good share of crazy.
It's when she came up with it.
sad
You'll probably hear us
stories, too.
say this 1,000 times, but every day counts. Because I think you've said it to me maybe a
I
million.
don't have any tattoos, any. But if I ever put one single tattoo in my body, it would be every day counts.
Across your head.
You know,
Just
being
across
with
your
my
forehead.
dad sick, he was always happy and full of life, you know, every day, never being sad. And you just learn so much about life, and you know how precious every day is.
So you got like this
Every
window.
day's a holiday.
You got this window into truth, which is like life can be so
Yeah.
extremely terrible that you have to take every
Don't sweat
good
the
day.
small stuff, you know.
Every day
right?
counts.
Every
Every
day
day
counts.
counts.
Go with the flow, and you know, I really, truly do wake up, I'm gonna say 98% of the time with a very thankful heart to be alive.
She's too
and I see
happy in
everything.
the morning. She's like, what's it, Snow White?
I'm like
When she's
Snow
like,
White.
"Ah, da, 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 da."
Good morning.
And I'm the worst morning person
Yeah.
in the world, absolutely ever. I wake up, she says, like a lion, just growling, like, shut up.
So we are very different, but very similar in a lot of things. But we complement
Yeah.
each other in a good way.
And then so she's ticking along on life, you know, poor.
So life happens,
You
you know,
know.
go to university,
And she meets me.
all of a sudden,
Boom!
you know?
Fireworks!
Yes. So
I thought I was overselling it then, but I was
No.
like...
honestly, like the first time I saw him, I was like, I don't know if he's single, taken, whatever, he's gonna be mine.
And she has like kind of intense eyes as well, and I
Oh,
just
yeah.
remember her looking at me and
Yeah,
like...
definitely.
Like just...
So
and
my
I'm, like,
brother,
I'm not sure if she's like mad at me right now, or whether she's like checking me out, but I started peacocking and doing all my dance moves, you know,
yeah.
like... I was doing my two-step. Well, not like two steps, and like
No,
dancing
you were doing
two-step,
something
but
like,
my
I don't
hip-hop
know.
moves, you know?
I don't know. He could dance. Yeah, he could dance.
I got moves, basically. Watch out. Like
But it
Jagger.
wasn't the moves. He is a pretty boy, let's be honest. And I
but-
was like, oh, in an
Why did you make me
accent.
blush?
In an accent.
You can tell my accent. I always thought you were immune to it. Were you just
Well,
playing
your
cool?
nickname with Memo. Memo's my brother. He's that's how we met. My brother was friends with Danny for many
So as
years. Never introduced
we used to
us.
do all the parties in high school. So he went to a different high school, but we'd do parties and he'd do parties. And if his was the good party, we'd go over there. And if ours was the and so you'd heard about me. You know.
I've always heard like, oh, English Danny is organizing this party. English Danny this, English Danny that. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then we go out one night and this is English Danny. And I was just like, oh, hello, English Danny.
What voice was that? Was that your Austin Powers
Yeah, in my
voice?
head. That's what I thought in my head. For real.
you
I'm not gonna lie.
You're not groovy, baby.
Yeah. And I was like, he's gonna be mine. I
Yeah.
choose you.
And then she stole me, literally abducted me from the place, took me to another nightclub. And you bought me a drink. I remember you bought me a drink and I was like, whoa, girls don't normally buy me drinks. And I remember I was really impressed by that. She was trying to get me drunk, you know, take
I'm a
advantage.
strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
Women
You-
can buy drinks too.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, this is awesome, you know?
So then, you know, how long? 7 years later,
Yeah, 7? Is 7, 8?
and then it's 8.
8, almost. It's about to be 8.
It's about to be 8.
We're about to celebrate our first anniversary.
Our
so,
anniversary.
wedding anniversary.
March 10. So last year, we got married in my favorite place that I went all my life and still go to this day, Acapulco, Mexico, which is the best place ever. And Danny's been there so many
Yeah,
times and he
and-
loves it. My family has a house down there. And a lot of friends and families have houses there, vacation homes.
And then also I
yeah.
think what's really important is people just thought it was a destination wedding, but there was a lot more behind that because
Mm-hmm.
Gabby's dad's godfather's and grandfather's ashes are all in Acapulco Bay.
In the ocean.
So
yeah,
she wanted to be
Acapulco,
there
yeah.
with her 3 men
Yes.
watching over her, you
So
know.
we got married in the at the ocean.
Yeah, got married at the ocean. It was a huge, amazing party. We had
Party.
people come from all over the world. It was over 300 people.
Something
in
like
it,
that.
which is a small Mexican wedding. By English standards, that's like absolutely gigantic. Because
And it
normally
was
we
awesome.
can.
It
like-
was magical. We
Yeah.
had so much fun.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then you know, we bought a house and then we
Got
got
a
an
condo.
apartment.
Condo.
A condo
It's a
in
condo.
Vegas.
Yeah.
It's a condo.
Yeah. So
And now we're here just doing life, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and we just keep growing together and
Yeah.
learning. Sometimes we hit bottom and then we rise higher up.
and,
so
and then it was really kind of thinking like, hey, you know, everything we've been through, and then kind of taking this mantra of every day counts, and then
Mm-hmm.
a lot of we kind of maybe obsessive with kind of self-improvement and always getting better and always learning new things and things like that. And we're like, oh, hey, if we could share that with other people in like a cool, fun, entertaining way,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. And then
yeah, and
so-
we have a lot of friends that do awesome stuff, so why not bring them on
yeah.
this podcast? So, the way we want to end every podcast, that is gonna be the best podcast, the melting pot, kind of like a little bit of everything, a little bit of everybody, is I think we can end it with a quote.
So we're going to try and say a quote together at the same time, and I don't know if...
So...
Right, how fast do we say it?
We say it, I think, in the normal pace.
In the normal way? So,
yeah.
Okay, so the quote of the day, what we're going to say is 1, 2, 3. Whether you think you can or you can't,
either way,
you're right.
So, it's all in here.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, all you have to do is take action.
And we didn't think we could do this. Well, we thought we could do the podcast, but we were thinking about it, and then we did it, and then we're really excited to do it. So let's do more.
Yeah. See you next time.
Onwards and upwards.